over the weekend, a couple of people messaged me and commented on my videos asking me if I can make a reaction to legendary Australian comedian Barry Humphries, who sadly lost his life. Now, I know of Barry Humphries through his character Dame Edna Everage. She was absolutely huge in the UK in the 90s and early 2000s. But I really know nothing else of his work, and one of the people who commented asked me if I can make a reaction to this character, Sir Les Patterson. So I'm interested to see this one because I have never seen this character and it'll be something new for me. Tell me what your memories of Barry and this character and Dame Edna Everage are in the comments. Let's watch.
He's one of the most celebrated Australian statesmen of
Parkinson?
modern times. He started his career as the entertainment officer at a club in Sydney and has risen to the heights of being the Australian cultural attaché to the court of St James. I couldn't agree more with the critic who said that he impugns the fundamental refinement of the Australian character. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Les Patterson.
Parkinson was like the most popular chat show in the UK for decades. Coming on with a drink and a cigarette. You wouldn't see that today.
Beautiful. Good luck here.
The stuff
Hello
pouring
there,
out.
ladies and gentlemen.
I've also got a handful of Vaseline. Something. How are you feeling?
I'm not feeling too bad.
Smoking on TV.
Of course,
Back in
images.
the late 80s.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
What is it I've got in my hands?
Oh, it's an ointment I'm supposed to use.
Oh my god.
I was just giving myself a quick application before the show. I'm supposed to use an applicator, but I generally do. No worries.
Now let's talk.
Oh my god.
You'll be all right on your next trip to the Philippines, mate.
Oh my.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm definitely with him.
Now this thing about image is obviously terribly important. I mean, that's part of your job. Now, what is it? What's the image that you're trying to project?
I think you'd better phrase that again, Michael. I think what is the image that I am bloody successful in projecting, ladies and gentlemen? And that is as Australia as a thinking organism. You know, it wasn't very many moons ago. What you do to old Brian Humphries and Headley, the poor bastard with ashes. I seen him out there. Oh, Christ, you must have given him a rough time.
We talked about getting on the grog.
Oh, Christ, It's stuck into him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very good to be here on the Parky Show. You know, you could say this is the International Year of Australia already, couldn't you, Mike?
Well, you could.
It's been fantastic, the publicity we're getting, and largely due to the efforts of my good self. You know, it wasn't many moons ago that they thought we were a bunch of rough diamonds down there. But, you know, we've got more culture than a penicillin factory in Australia. No worries.
Well, I suppose that they talk
comparison.
about culture, the main thing.
The
that
colour of those
people know
fingers.
Australia for. Now, the movie industry, the films, Australian films. Have you got anything to do with them at all?
Yes, I kicked it off.
You did you?
Oh, yes, I was very much instrumental in getting movies off the ground in Australia. They'd been going along a long time with Chips Rafferty and that fraternity, but they needed to be dragged kicking and screaming into the 20th century, Mike. And I'm very proud of the role. I'm very proud of the role that I've played there.
Burping, drinking, smoking, those yellow fingers, man. What I like about him is how he absolutely embraces his character. Again, I only know him from Dame Edna Everage, who he really embraced that character, but this is like so fantastic, such a over-the-top, extravagant character, man.
You know, the trouble with the film industry, as it is with the arts in general today, is that the poofter element. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind what people do in the privacy of their own homes. Don't get me wrong on that score, ladies and gentlemen. please. You know, I see eye to eye with old Ken Livingstone in that particular matter. But what I'd like to say is this, that, you know, there are a lot of... the industry needs a fair bit of weeding out, and, you know, it's rife with the poofters in Australia, as it is here. You know, I had a lovely idea for a film a few years ago. It was going to be called... It was about a football team going to the bush. It was called Piss Up on Hanging Rock, as a matter of fact. And by the time... No? Are you with me? By the time the Puff Mafia, or the Puffia as I call them, had got onto that, they'd turned them all into Sheilas, drifting around in the nursery curtains and getting eaten by the abos in there.
I mean, this just wouldn't be allowed on TV today, man. It's like the definition of politically incorrect, but I mean, this is of the time, and it is still funny, man.
Which has had tremendous critical acclaim both here and in America.
Again, you see, the movie industry's got out of my hands. Gallipoli, in my opinion, is a better description of that film. Two fellas, I don't say they're shirt lifters. I don't say that. I don't say they're shirt lifters, but they could be. They could be, and that's how it comes across, you know? Giving the Turks the wrong idea, you know? Mind you, they've had the wrong idea for a year or two, haven't they, eh? Oh, don't worry.
Do you know many people within the film industry intimately, though? I mean, I'm thinking of actors or actresses.
Well, I do, naturally. I've had... You hear the boys in the band over there, for Christ's sake, eh? That'll do, fellas, eh? No, I've done a bit of casting, Mike, I have. I've done a bit of... I mean, it's not for nothing I'm known as the Protestant Lou Grade. I'm not. I am. We've got a lot in common, you know, well, with a couple of tycoons, and it's significant, isn't it, that old Lou's enterprise is being taken over by an Aussie corporation, an Aussie conglomerate. A conglomerate. And they're a bit afraid, of course, that it'll lose its Englishness, but old Lord Grey, English? Well, rumour has it he's a Bulgarian tap dancer. I don't... But he's very nice and a close personal friend, I hasten to say.
Well, you've got many...
But a lot of the actresses, you know, I mean... I know them all personally. I can't name names on this show because... you know, there's been moments when my fidelity to my wife has been put to a pretty severe test. And come off second best, I can tell you.
Can you think of any... I mean, was this a question of girls being forward, being overwhelmed by your sexuality?
I do get a bit. You know, I had an embarrassing experience in a London taxi. Yes. I had this little lass. She was a star of one of my films. And I was showing her the sights of London, you know, Buckminster Castle, St Paul's Abbey, Trafalgar Circus, and we're driving around. And I kid you not, you know, this little Sheila done a streak in the back seat of the car. I didn't know where to look. And we got to our destination. The driver says, that'll be so-and-so, you know. And he says, how are you going to pay me? And she... Oh, I'm sorry, I can't say it, but she done an Erica. She done an Erica, but not the top part.
What's an
She
Erica?
flashed the map of Tasmania, lady.
Okay.
Now, for those of you who aren't too crash on the geography,
Down below.
Tasmania is a triangular continent. A bit on the bushy side. No, please, oh, for goodness sake.
I've never heard Tasmania described as that. Many things, but not that.
To cut a long story short, the driver said, haven't you got anything smaller?
Oh man, unreal, unbelievable. This is what TV was back in the 80s. Like, really, no limit to the comedy. Anything goes. You got to just embrace it and just accept it for what it was. It was comedy at this time. As much as I enjoyed the comedy, I absolutely love that character. I just love how he absolutely lives the character and puts everything into it. And I can see from his performance here and of Dame Edna, Not only was it a brilliant comedian, just a brilliant personality, a great actor with so much talent. So tell me your memories of Barry Humphries. Rest in peace. Really sad that he lost his life. But what an amazing man. Thanks.